going, and to take a win like that, just be like, wait, what are you even doing? I'm gonna kill you, and just to be able to take that win easily, as he did, you know, gives him that further momentum and takes more momentum away from TY.
Yeah, TY looks seriously frustrated right now. You can see it on his face. He's not even looking at the monitor. He's looking down at the desk. I think he's just thinking right now, what do I have to do to beat this guy?
Yeah. Well, guys, this could be the final set of our first round of 4 match. If Stats is able to take this, he will advance to the grand finals. This is WECG. Let's jump into game number 3.
Up here in the north, in the red, the Terran player, it's TY drinking a water.
Yeah, of course, the bottom right, it's Stats. Not drinking any water. Only drinking the blood of the SCVs that he keeps killing.
Do SCVs have blood?
Of course they have blood, man. You know an SCV is actually a person in there, right?
Oh yeah, I guess so. But the robot that's like around them, I guess they wouldn't have blood.
Which is, but you know, interestingly enough, when an SCV gets shot, actually blood comes out a little bit. If you have your graphics set to the highest.
Makes sense.
The graphics in StarCraft 2 are actually really good.
Yeah.
You know, when I saw the alpha, you know, the hell it's about time and all that, and the big announcement years and years ago, was it like 2007 when that got announced? It was a long time ago. I was so excited. I remember seeing the alpha and being like, oh my god, those graphics are so good. Those graphics, compared to what we have now, were just not even impressive.
Yeah.
And
we've come a long way.
When the beta came out, when I got my key and everything, and I logged in that day to play the original like Wings of Liberty beta, I remember when the unit spawned, I played Terran first, and then the unit spawned, I just like sat and looked at the SCVs for like 10 seconds, and I was like, this is real. This is the moment I've been waiting for all my life.
Yeah. I'm sure a ton of people felt like that, especially the guys who got into beta, you know.
I was just like, this is like StarCraft 1 with good graphics, and it's so pretty, and it's going to be awesome, and I'm so ready to play this game all the time and never do my homework again.
Yeah.
I got StarCraft 2 running on my old MacBook. I tried to play it in one of my classes. It didn't. My MacBook made really loud noises,
like
and the fan was really loud, and my professor told me to turn off my computer because it was too loud. While I was playing StarCraft in my philosophy class. I was so excited, man.
Were you like spamming and stuff, or were you just trying to keep it a
No,
secret?
it was just,
like
I was just playing against the AIs because I just wanted to try out the new units and stuff. But yeah. All right, so let's get back into this game. Not my nostalgic memories of this amazing game. The opening is basically the same here for TY. He's chosen CC first every game. 2 barracks follow-up. And he's going to make his first Marine now. We'll see what he wants to do after that, because that's really kind of been the variation in his games.
Yeah. Stats, we talk about how confident he's looking and how well he's playing, but you got to think about what's going through his mind right now. He's 1 game away from securing a spot to go to China, and that's a huge deal, you know, going to the grand finals.
And he's already getting ready to do something super aggressive, too. I have a feeling this will be Oracles. I mean, it's...
Based on that position, it's looking like it.
It's
so
most
close
likely
to the main base.
Yeah. And we all know how much Stats loves his air and his Oracles.
Yeah. Hasn't done it yet, so he's got to show us in at least one
SCV is
game.
looking for Pylon. He's not finding it.
There it is.
Okay, there he finds it, but, you know. Okay, so there's the Stargate. Almost certainly going to be an Oracle build. And he's expecting the same opening out of TY. He's seen it already twice. It is difficult to... The thing that's difficult about doing a CC first and defending Oracles is you still want to pressure a little bit with your Marines. If your Marines aren't at home, then, you know, you die, basically. And if your Marines are at home, then you're not doing any pressure. So it's a really uncomfortable build to play against after a CC first as a Terran. Let's see what he decides to do with his Marines. He added the 3rd barracks, too, actually.
Yeah. TY is so smart with this. He knows something's up. He's sending that SCV around. He's like, where are you hiding it? Where is it? He's looking for probes, too, as well. If he sees this probe, that's really sneaky. He might be saying, hey,
oh my god,
where are the
this is actually
buildings?
Pretty crazy. They got so close to each other. I think he's going to keep his Marines at home because he knows he saw, you know, the pylons in the main and one was missing, and he was like, something's going on. And what is it? I don't know what it is. You see his face just then? He like moved his jacket. He's like, oh, what are you doing to me? Like he's so frustrated right now. I can tell he's like already annoyed. And he can't find what it is that's been hidden. He's like checking everything. He's like, are you hiding DTs? What are you doing? You know, I'm checking all over the place. He's not moving his Marines out. He's got them at home here, but not a whole lot of them.
Just 2 for now. Oracle's coming in. He's going to go right for those 2 Marines, right, actually, and then can get to work on those SCVs, but he pulls the rest of his Marines back.
A lot of lost mining time here as well as those kills.
Oh, even able to pick off 2 on his way out.
Might even get that one to the top. Barely not. It's out of energy. And a second Oracle is about to emerge. We'll be able to do a little bit more harassment. We've got robotics going up at home during all of this. The probe count 6 up right now, soon to be 8 up in just a second. He's just continuing that probe production. Comes in here again. Several more kills.
Yeah. Very smart to bait some of those Marines down to the natural before sending in that second one that had the energy. SCV is coming in here. And
well, there's not a whole lot to see, right? Oh, look at this. Gateway Flower and a Twilight Council.
The Gateway Flower. Coming back in is this first Oracle actually going straight for Marines.
Yeah, what he's starting to realize is your Marine count is so low that if I can just keep picking off little ones like this, then I might just be able to ignore your Marines entirely. And killing a Marine is always going to be good anyways.
Yeah. If you kill a bunch of Marines before he hits with this attack, I mean, he's already making these 3 gateways and has that Twilight Council on the way. So bringing down the number of army units for the Terran is always a good thing.
I think he's going to do a really similar sort of pressure like we saw in Game 1 with the Robotics Bay coming up here, 5 gates being added. And with this, he can just maybe even win the game with all the economic damage he's done, plus all the Marine kills he's even gotten. Oh, got to be careful with that little guy.
Yeah. He's just doing a slight variation where he gets out that Twilight Council first, and then he gets the blink along with this push. It's going to be so strong.
10 worker kills, 15 units killed in total. That's a lot of damage. Oh, does end up losing one of his oracles.
Yeah.
Damage was done, though.
Of course. Pylon will go down. Nothing will be made out of that Stargate. Kill that as well.
Yeah, probably will actually kill that.
Yep. TY wants to go aggressive now. He's got about 13 units on the way.
Yeah, this is his one moment to do something big here to turn this game around. Double Forge coming up here, so Stats showing that he's not going to all in with his attack, but he's definitely going to be, able to transition out of it.
Yeah, pretty interesting. I mean, he stopped at 47 probes for a while. I think he's just stopping and getting his, army units out because he knows that this kind of drop play is going to come, and he just wants to be safe for now.
Yeah. I mean, TY is doing what he does best, finding these little tiny advantages, these tiny little things he can pick off. Does get that pylon there, and actually find himself supply blocked again, unfortunately, but that depot's about to finish. Upgrades here, definitely going to get into the favor of Stats really quickly. He's got 2 on the way versus just the 1, plus he's got Chrono Boost.
Blink about to finish here. TY came in earlier with that SCV, but the forges weren't made at that time. He would have seen it if he came in a little bit later. So Medevacs over here trying to bait out something, nothing in them. He's got a bunch of units here towards the front. If he baits a bunch of units towards the back of the base, he could definitely try to walk in, pick off some units, maybe even a Colossus.
I actually really like that TY is doing stuff like this because we don't really see this enough. I mean, when you have this many Stalkers pulled away, the concept that there's no units in these Medevacs is something you can't really even consider, right? At first glance, you're like, well, there has to be a lot of units then. Wow, that's a lot, like more than I expected. So I got to pull my units, I got to pull my Stalkers back. But in reality, the army that's at the front is 2 Medevacs full of units stronger than you would expect at this timing, considering the damage he's done. So it's a cool tactic, but he's just not confident enough to move in there and actually commit to the attack. Looks like you may consider doing that now. He's only got 2 Vikings with this push, though. There's 2 Vikings to 2 Colossi. Not an ideal ratio.
No, definitely not. I'm just thinking right now for Stats is when is he going to take this third base? Because with this pressure that TY's putting on, I mean, he has his own CC back at home as well. He's not really going to have that option. I mean, he could go for a push with charge and blink and +1/+1. He will have a lot of units with this.
I was liking the moves of the Vikings to kill that Oracle, but he got a bit ahead of himself there. Going to cost him a Viking, and when that's 1/4 of your Vikings against someone who's going for a Colossus comp, that really hurts. Going back to what you were saying about the third base, I think he just wants to take a very secure base. He's got the upgrades coming along. He's now starting 2-2. Look how massively ahead he's going to be in upgrades. There's no reason to try to rush out that base, all this pressure that TY is putting on. You know, he would love to take it if TY were just sitting at home. But, you know, this pressure is making it so he's just going to focus on his upgrades instead. And then whenever he wants to take a third base, he can. Also, he could, you know, make sure that TY doesn't take a third base with his, you know, vision of the map. Little things like the Zealot can try to scout that out. SCV going over here, too. I don't know if he's going to try to hide a base or what. He's got 2 SCVs going over there. Maybe a misrally. Ooh, is he rallying SCVs over there? I hope not. There's a lot of units walking in that direction.
Could be. I mean, it was just one pylon. Interesting.
All right, so the third Nexus is coming up now.
Yeah.
Yeah, SCV's got misrallied. Ouch.
Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate. Looks like he wanted to send it towards the third base, but maybe just misrallied it over to where that pylon was.
Well, when you're doing so many things like TY is and you're constantly clicking, sometimes you might accidentally hit your command center hotkey and click on next to the pylon as well. See how this can happen like that. That's his barracks rally, for example. I think that's what happened. This is a really tough spot for TY. He's going for ghosts, which is costing a lot of money. Ghosts are really expensive, but in fact there are no high Templar to worry about right now. Just really heavily upgraded Colossi.
Yeah. It's just going to be super upgrade heavy. He's got the 2-2 here, but he doesn't have that many Colossi. In fact, he stopped production pretty much.
I think he has 4.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of Colossi, but there's a lot of Marauders in this mix for TY, and Ghosts are still going to be useful for EMPs even without High Templar around.
Drop coming in here with the Zealots, just very annoying. He's going to get a bunch of SCV kills, and it's going to force TY to bring some of his units back, lose a bunch of mining time, and he even puts his Warp Prism over here in Warp mode. But look at this. Boys are on the way.
Pulling the boys. It's time to fight. This is, you know, he's got 1-1 upgrades, but his opponent already has 2-2. And with force fields over here, it's going to be very difficult to actually engage. He needs to pull those Vikings away right away. He does. His third base is definitely toast. But any time that Stats could buy to get into a better position is going to be good. And this is all a lot of lost mining time with all these SCVs up here. Third base is not mining at all for TY. It's not even on the ground, so it can't drop mules.
TY going for this really aggressive attack. He's not able to clean up any of those Zealots. And right now, Stats, like you said, is just biding time. He can sit here and put force fields on that ramp all day long and just force TY back. TY is making bunkers right now to try to defend against this.
Yeah. I mean, this is getting nasty. All of SCVs get picked off here. They got left behind. And lose his factory as well.
27 SCVs, 28 and counting, are being killed right now.
Still up in Harvester count, though. Keep that in mind.
Yeah. Stats did lose a lot at that third base.
Yeah. And I mean, the command center floated, so he can put it back down now. I think this actually went okay for TY, all things considered, but he still has this huge upgrade problem that is only going to get worse. Finally, that armory's finishing, so he's going to be able to get the 2-2 upgrades out, but that's expensive. He can't afford to get his upgrades out and continue to produce all these units. Lewis even canceled a ghost there for a second because he's like, wait, you don't still have High Templar out yet.
Yeah. 4 Archons coming out here. Skip Storm. Just wants a really, really big army. That's what it's looking like right now.
Gas money. Those Archons, man. That's so much gas to put into 4 Archons.
It really is.
Zealots here continue to be a problem, and with their upgrades, they're even more annoying to deal with, actually. They tank a lot more. You know, the Zealot is a Zealot, man. Look at it. It just takes forever to bring it down. This is one of the problems for Terran in late game.
Oh, man.
When you're trying to move out and be aggressive, you have to bring so many units at home for these constant, warpments. Oh, this is not looking good for TY.
No, really, really bad position. Some EMPs do come down here, and some nice kiting against all these Colossi, and the Vikings are trying to do a lot of damage, but still a lot of Zealots remain here. The Stalkers, though, they're not fighting in the back here. Stats is not fighting with half his army right now.
Oh, look at that time warp, though, man. And then he gets a second one. GG. That was TY got pretty dismantled this series.
Oh, yeah.
Stats
he really did.
Definitely looking like the better player, the more confident player as well. And, I mean, just super duper confident. You could really see that in his play. TY having some shaky moments. The Siege Tank gimmick build that we saw in Game 2 obviously didn't go his way. He just had a rough time. I think after that he lost his confidence and things just went poorly for him in that Game 3 as well. Stats just having his number. Obviously these two guys are teammates, and I think that confidence comes a lot into this.
Yeah. You could see how far ahead Stats was towards the end of that battle. You know, TY was in a really bad position from the start of that one, but he just caught him out in the middle of the map, Stats did, and his upgrades in his gigantic army. He wasn't even fighting with half his army towards the end of that battle, but it just didn't matter. He was that far ahead.
That's how it went, man. I mean, looks like we're gonna have an interview actually here with InQ and Stats.
I guess we'll have to do our best to translate this for you guys.
Yeah, we will.
네, 감사합니다.
Congratulations.
일단 게이머 생활 거의 7년 가까이 하면서 네, 처음 이렇게 달아보는 건데 그래서 지금 되게 기쁘고 또 의미도 되게 다른 사람들보다도 더 뜻깊은 것 같고.
He
네,
says that he thinks he's
좋습니다.
actually like happier than other people who would make it this far in this tournament because he's been playing this game for 7 years. You know, he's been doing this for so long. To get this far finally in a tournament makes him feel really, really happy.
네. 아니요, 좀 비슷비슷하고요. 네, 제가 그리고 태양이 스타일이 견제 위주의 스타일인데 제가 아무래도 그런 스타일을 잘 알고 있어가지고.
He says he knows TY's style because it's kind of like the style of his team,
승리했던 것
and
같아요.
so that's why he
연습을
did well. He just knows his style really
어떤
well.
선수랑 했나요? 뭐 이용호 선수? 아니면 뭐
Who did you want to
박지성
face
선수도 있겠고.
in the next matchup?
실은 연습을 그렇게 많이 하지는 못했어요. 그냥 오늘 숭이하고만 네, 몇 판 하고 왔고요. 네, 숭이가 좀 또 빌드 짜는데 네, 조언도 많이 해주고 그래서 오늘 이길 수 있었던 것 같아요.
팀 내에
and he was asking about practicing with
정말
Flash
그
for this match,
괴물 있고,
and
원래는 김대엽이라는
they're saying that
선수가
like
더 먼저
you know, just
KT
really
로스터에 왔고
staying focused really
자리를
helped him win
잡고
this
있었고
match.
꾸준히 좋은 모습을
I couldn't really
보여줬는데
understand the question, so
주성욱의
like, it's hard for me to
포텐이
translate like
터지면서
what he
김대엽
means
선수는
with his
약간 좀
answer,
잊혀지는 그런
but
느낌이었단 말이에요.
네.
그런 것들을 보면서
we don't
어떤
have very
생각이
good
들었어요?
audio for Kanata.
이러다가 진짜 잊혀지겠다. 그냥 네, 성욱이 잘하는 거 보고 저는 오히려 잘 됐다고 생각했어요. 왜냐면은 네, 저는 좀 그 옆에 좀 잘하는 선수걸 이렇게 보고 배우면서 좀 그런 걸 좀 조금씩 흡수해 가면서 저도 이렇게 성장해 나가는 이런
This has
스타일인
got
것
like
같아가지고
a lot of good players
저는
next to him to
성희가
look at.
잘하면서 저도 오히려 좋았어요.
예.
You
근데
know,
개인
in his team
리그하고
house
약간 인연이
and
없어요, 김대엽 선수.
helping him prepare and whatnot.
지난번 프로리그 인터뷰에서도 제가 이야기를 했지만 별명이 약간 회사원.
네.
예, 개인 리그 부진하고 프로리그 너무 잘하니까
네.
그런 이야기들도 있는데 이번 WECG 한국 대표 선발전을 계기로 본인이 생각할 때 뭐 쭉쭉 치고 올라갈 수 있을 것 같아요. 자신감 그런 것들 있나요?
아무래도 그 매번 인터뷰 때마다 말씀드리는 것 같은데 그 프로리그 결승전 우승 이후로 많이 좀 개인 리그에서도 빛을 보는 것 같아요. 그래서 개인적으로도 되게 뿌듯하고 조금 데뷔한 지 좀 되게 늦게 됐지만은 지금부터라도 꾸준히 개인 리그 입상해가지고 팬들께 좋은 모습 보여드리겠습니다.
네.
They're saying, you know, in the future he wants to show good performances
내일
in
어떤
individual leagues.
선수와
And
맞붙고
he's kind of
싶고
saying he's like a late
팬
bloomer, I guess,
여러분들께
for individual
말씀해
leagues versus his results in pro league.
마지막으로 내일 아무래도 준호하고 붙는 게 그 결승전 무대에 어울리다고 생각하고요. 그리고 마지막으로 팬분들께 항상 응원 메시지 보내주셔서 감사드리고 앞으로 더 열심히 해서
He's saying that he's really thankful for all the fans. Like, you know, that's what he was saying last week because they are always cheering for him.
네, 김대엽
And he's going to be showing him good, you know, good shows in the future as well.
Before that, he says he thinks it will be appropriate if I meet Hero on the final stage tomorrow.
That is what he said as well. So we'll see if he ends up facing Hero. Before we go into that, though, we're going to find out if it's Hero or Sora going to the finals after a quick commercial break.